Sweet, and we are live. Welcome back to 220 Gaming's Fallout sessions, which we are now on official session number 2 with me, CJ, and then we got Brucey, Kevin, and Evan. How are you guys doing today? Are you ready for a game?
I'm doing well. I am ready for a game.
You know what? You spoke up first. Give us a little recap of what happened last week, Evan.
Oh, me? Okay. Well, so we were reconvening. We were going up a highway to help an outpost because what's her name?
Whose name?
Ingrid. There we go. Sorry. Yeah, Ingrid.
Ingrid's
my bad. I wanted to say Therese, but I'm like, it's not Therese.
I forgot her name earlier. I had to ask. Russ remembered.
Yeah.
It's not even playing the game.
But Ingrid had to go meet a friend down there.
Ingrid showed up on screen on the slideshow. That's her. We need to get your character pictures on there on the slideshow. But yeah, you were sorry. I cut you off. You were saying
no, you're good.
You guys were helping out Ingrid.
We were on our way, and we ran into a man screaming for help from dogs. Kevin liquefied a dog. I nearly pantsed a man to death. And we have a little side thing that I know I want to stop by on our way back to then go to Cincinnati.
Nice.
We have to take a little wagon back to the Boonshaft with some supplies, but on our way back, we're about to hit a whole new place, see a whole new part of the wasteland.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, does anybody have anything else they would like to bring up on our recap before we go ahead and dive into the session today?
Did we already go over hell?
No, we did not mention hell. I think that's what Evan was alluding to.
Hell's in.
I actually
meant
the dog compound, but hell is encroaching.
You're talking about Beatrice and her dogfighting ring.
Mm-hmm. Not a fan.
An important stop probably later. Hello, can I help you, sir?
Certainly somewhere we have to go and finish what we've started.
Oh, yeah. And I have a personal mission to steal Phil's overalls, because he was some bitch.
He was. That some bitch.
Go have a snack. You already had dinner food. Shut the door, buddy. Love you. Love you. I'm not making a whole pot of spaghetti right this second. He already had dinner. He's like, you know what? For a snack, I want spaghetti.
Oh,
Who wants a spaghetti snack?
That's not a snack. Spaghetti's not a snack.
You know what? For
No.
Owen, spaghetti could be a snack.
It could be a snack for me, but it's not that old yet. You can't do that.
Yeah. Earlier,
he doesn't need a carbo load.
Well, he's already carbo loaded today. A slight aside. Me and him went to the mall earlier, and we had food court Chinese food, which is my favorite Chinese food. And he ate his whole fucking thing of noodles and orange chicken and vegetables, and then he ate spring rolls. I couldn't even get through mine, and he
Wow.
yeah. So,
Hell yeah,
dude. Can you? And okay.
Gotta be proud of that ability.
No,
Yeah,
Charlie,
it's
you
tough.
do not need another piece of candy. Can you please go back to rest time? What, Charlie? We will do Legos later. Please go back to rest time. One sec.
Oh, the cameras are all flip-flopped, so when I was trying to look at Kevin, I was looking the other way.
I've been asking. Go.
Oh, hang
You.
on. So
You
if I
made-
look this way...
You.
So I would say
no.
that
Kevin, you need to go the other way.
we have
You
to
know
go.
what? You can keep to yourself,
you,
sir.
You, sir, you stay in your bubble.
And you.
I don't want to hear nothing from that guy up there. Excuse me.
We need to go to. We need to go back to Boonshaft. So
Mhm.
from the Dayton residence, we have a children's museum, science-based, and in this universe, it's the home of a bunch of friendly super mutants to us who do science experiments. And last session, we found we had a cargo load of fusion cores and weapons and things like provisions.
But you're going to have to be careful with those.
Yeah, we gotta carefully drive back to north, and then we're gonna make our way back down. But I think we need to stop by that dogfighting ring.
I agree.
Yes.
maybe scope on some raiders, but I think we're definitely gonna round back to that dogfighting rink. But we needed to make contact last session.
Fucking Phil.
Fucking.
No. Okay, Pete and Pete Jr.
Oh yeah, Pete.
What?
Yeah, because it was train Pete Jr.
Pete
Yes.
repeat.
So hell is encroaching, but the people down where we met with Ingrid's friends are at least they're a little better shape. I nat 20'd that bitch. So you know.
You did.
Yeah. So last session, Kevin rolled to train these 6 farmers in weapons tactics and rolled a critical. He rolled a critical to succeed.
Oh yes.
So they all learned how to do burpees and weapons cleaning. And
they were just clinking the bottles off of the.
I'm gonna donate that 20 caps that I got off Pete and give it to his son to get more guns for them because they could use it, and I don't need 20 caps.
Yeah, that's charitable donation.
Mm-hmm. From a terrible, obnoxious father who made us do something we didn't want to do.
Yeah, that happens. That's morally gray.
Yeah. It's the wasteland.
I am imagining us next time we see Pete Jr. like hearing now my daddy told me some things about you.
Hope to get there, and also if Pete starts acting up, I'll pants that man too. No man is unpantsable in the eyes of Manfred.
For Manfred, yes, I completely agree with you that I feel like Manfred could just pants someone.
I think the only thing I'd have trouble with maybe a super mutant behemoth, but they more wear kilts than pants, so.
Oh, they don't even have underwear on.
Yeah, exactly. It's usually just like bits of like car doors.
You give them a swirly. That's how you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First you got a mini nuke them, and then you
at their head.
Oh, there you go. Reverse squirrely, just launch it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You're not gonna get him to kneel down to go in that bowl.
You're right. You're 100% right. Oh my gosh. Kevin, you're a genius.
The reverse swirly.
They'll never see.
Goodness gracious.
Well, I mean, he will see it coming, but it's not gonna be a fun sight.
Very much see it coming at him, yeah.
So he's not gonna expect this one.
See, I'm wondering why Beatrice has like a big dog fighting thing.
Man, like, I have a feeling that.
Is it connected to hell?
I think it's like an in-between settlements thing.
Hmm.
Plus, you're bored in the wasteland. I imagine raiders. Yeah, I imagine we'll see raiders there. Yeah,
that is very true.
Okay, so you know I said I wasn't making spaghetti.
You start making spaghetti?
I had to. Well, it's SpaghettiOs, close enough. It's one of those like I made sure right before I started this whole thing that I fed the kids and like got them water, let them play, did some cool stuff. Prepped immediately. Base crumbled. So, I did hear all that stuff. I did not realize that behemoths wear kilts. I guess I never looked that close.
They don't wear pants.
Right. And I would prefer you to keep their pants on if they do end up with, kilts around. I don't need to see what's under that. Actually, it would be nothing.
It won't matter. Yeah, it would be nothing. They're Ken dolls.
Yeah.
They're agendered Ken dolls.
Do we have to roll to, like, get back to Boonshoff with this stuff, or what are we doing with that?
Yeah, we're gonna, you'll have to, do some, I've got some ideas. Are we ready to start the session now that I've hopefully gotten everything prepped?
As I'll ever be.
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Right. Got some gamer subs in a dream.
Okay, so you guys, last time. Okay, the door is immediately opening again. Oh, they remembered that I'm doing stuff and walked away.
Nice.
Go me.
They're learning.
They're learning. Yeah. It's scary. So you guys are currently standing behind the motorcycle, behind the shack, because I don't remember going to bed or anything. No, you guys walked around the front because you talked to Pete Jr.
Yeah,
that's when you found out Pete Jr. was Pete Jr. But y'all didn't like go to bed or anything else. It's like noon.
Yeah, it's
So
we
you
haven't
got,
really done
you
anything
really
to
haven't
like
done anything.
expend energy.
So yeah, you guys know your situation. You know where you're at. What do you want to do? How would you
I
like to
mean,
proceed?
we would like to just get like that stuff back to the boot shop real quick.
Excellent. Very nice.
Is there something that I could use my Pathfinder ability on?
What is your Pathfinder?
To
Is that your new one? What's that do?
no, it's one I have. Let me get to the book. It is when traveling over long distances through the wilderness, a successful perception survival test with a difficulty determined by the GM based on the terrain reduces the travel time by half.
Yeah, you definitely can. Okay, so wait, it says wilderness, right?
It's going through the wilderness. Although if we're going on the highway, does that
No, that's what I was just
probably
about to
doesn't
say.
count.
So the highways are pretty predetermined.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So I mean,
Gotcha.
you guys
So
could choose to try and quicken your
What
pace.
is the wilderness and the wasteland, though?
The wilderness?
Is it anything that's
would be
not a settlement?
yes, anything that's not a settlement or a road. If you guys were like, oh, let's go not on the highway, that would be the wilderness. But if you're going on the highway, that's a predetermined amount of space. You can't you cannot find a quicker path to get down a straight line.
That's true. Okay, yeah, it's already a
That's bad.
So,
but yeah, we are going. Yeah, we are going back to boot
the
shop.
highway. The highway is logistically speaking, unless there was some sort of blockage, which who knows, but it is the fastest way. You as a pathfinder would know that the highway is the fastest way back to Boonshaft.
Gotcha.
So yeah, you guys are standing in the middle of the settlement. You want to leave. So someone is going to have to drive the motorbike.
I got pilot.
You got pilot. It sounds like we found our person driving the motorbike. Okay, so Ingrid and the other twos of you, and also Eugene, because we need to remember Eugene's there. I also did not look to see if he's supposed to be a separate NPC.
I've got the book open. I'll read.
You
that
take
really
a look.
quickly.
Take a look at the perk. See what it says. See if you can divine anything. So, you guys walk back around after finding out Pete Jr. is Pete Jr. Ingrid hops up on the bike.
I'm gonna donate that 20 caps that I got from his dad to Junior.
Junior, great. That's actually excellent. He can use
Get extra guns, boyo.
Yeah, we'll see how he spends it. So he pockets it, shakes you by the hand, and thanks you warmly. Back behind the shed where all that shit is, Ingrid hops up on the bike, starts it up.
Mm-hmm.
Nice rumble. It's like I imagine that it would be a pretty hardcore rumble considering it's running off of like nuclear power, or would it be quiet? We're gonna go with rumble. I like rumble. I like the rumble.
This is America. If it's a Harley
this
base,
is America.
They'll build the rumble.
So
yeah, they build the rumble in to make you get the feeling. You know?
So you got the feeling of the rumble.
Sure.
It's a dual shock motorcycle.
And you start down your way. Now you're gonna have to travel at walking speed because you are traveling with people who are walking, unless they would like to try and sit upon the crates. But that's up to you guys. How would you guys like to proceed with the cargo?
I'm wondering if we split up potentially, because Kevin could go with you and like sit on the cargo, but if my ass sits on the cargo, that's a way bigger problem. So I could probably like hang out around here or like maybe closer to the dogfighting thing, and then you guys could double back with the spare bike.
That's true.
That could work. And if I sit on, I mean, Eugene, dogs, they love to run, so I'm sure Eugene could like keep up at least if we're not like super fast, but like fast enough, he could keep up a pace, and I can sit on there and just be looking forward or something.
Because he's like a turret, and then I can just hide.
Or is there enough space for Eugene to be sitting up there with me too?
Or sitting up like on one of the crates.
Yeah, but like sitting up with
Yeah,
where I am.
it's a big enough crate that Eugene could be nestled up next to you.
Okay, yeah, we'll just do that. I don't want to tire him out.
Okay. You know, that's
also,
very kind of you.
Also, Eugene should be a tank, I think, by now. I realised that he levels with me and should have been increasing his body, mind, and HP.
Wow. Holy shit! So taking it early was a good idea.
Yeah.
Go ahead and work.
Eugene's ready.
Go ahead and work on that in the back. I mean, he doesn't get perks or anything. You can just upgrade it. So you got him.
It's
is
just
he supposed to match your level?
To body and it's one plus one to body or mind whenever he levels up, and then whenever he hits an odd number level, he ups his HP by plus one for however many levels he has before then.
Nice.
So
wow. So once he starts leveling up a lot, he starts getting a lot of health.
He starts to get up there, but then it will be up there with levels, so he kind of needs it.
Okay.
Right.
So the bike starts chug-a-lugging around the building, and Ingrid guides it onto the highway. Mm-hmm. Before I start your guys' adventure, Manfred, how are you setting up your time in Middletown?
That's a good question. Do I spot any fountains or bodies of water?
No, they've got a well, but you
That's
probably wouldn't want to. Yeah, I wouldn't want to jump down in that. Yeah.
They don't have. So they only have the coffee shop.
Mm-hmm.
And what else was it?
There's the inn.
Right.
And then
do they have any drinks at the inn?
No, just the coffee shop.
Man, what is Manfred gonna do?
I don't know. I didn't expect you to split up, but right.
I think I might try to do some scouting. Actually, I wanna double back a little bit and go check out Beatrice's.
Okay, so since you're gonna go the same direction they're going now,
for a little bit.
So Manfred, you watch as they take off down the highway. All right, so because it's a decrepit, old, beat-up highway, and you're being careful, you're not going full 70 miles an hour down the highway, but you're going like a nice balmy 35. You're chug-a-lugging, and very quickly you find you find yourselves passing the first exit to hell. 1 second. Yes, child. Okay, tell her to turn it off because you can't have both going. No, Charlie, I took his HDMI cord. He can't.
Why did you take it?
Because I needed it.
For what?
For my streaming.
Can't pause an online game.
Can't pause it online. Charlie, just don't invade your brother's space like that. She likes to walk out into the living room and just turn on music really loud in the middle of him playing a game, and then she's like, "Well, he can go to his room." It's like, "Well, you can go to your room too." Logic goes both ways. So you guys are chugging down the highway, and you're passing the first exit to hell. I ask because I figure you would make these thoughts. Hello again, Miss Hypnosis with the hype. So. How are you approaching passing these exits to hell? Obviously, you're going to be on the right side of the road.
Yeah.
But the barricades are on both, or the barricades are on both sides, the exits. How would you like to approach going past these?
I mean,
Or
I would just look. I'd speed up a little bit,
Okay.
To get past them, but I'm not necessarily pivoting or making eye contact.
I just lean over. I'll keep an eye on them, Ingrid.
Ingrid,
Okay.
you can hardly hear him over the wind and the engine, but you get a good intention from Mason. You get the feeling he's got your back. So,
That's good.
so you start flying past this place. Can you, since you're driving, can you give me a piloting skill check? of this one's going to be 1 difficulty.
Okay, I'm going to use an AP to get 3.
Okay, so you're
Oh, hell
dropping.
yeah.
You've got 6 AP.
3, 2, 1, do it.
Critical 1.
You really, really, very well spotted that the big.
Takes me back.
I'll be right back.
So you got past them super freaking quick. They didn't even notice who you were. You just boom, and you completely missed the mines that they had set out.
Nice.
Just drove right past them.
Did I see it?
You
Did I
did.
see it?
You did.
Okay. Go
You
ahead
did the
and
little
get that
boom, boom. You chose the right path. Didn't hit the mines, and now you're on to the next exit. So you get
What a time to come back.
You come down to the next exit, and I'm gonna need another 1 difficulty pilot check.
Did not make it.
You did not make it. Mason, can you give me a
Oh,
do we
dear.
have? I always want to say perception, and then I can't.
Oh dear. I do have perception.
You do have perception. Oh, because it's just a raw perception.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do me a perception check of 2 difficulty.
2 difficulty. Okay. So, and I get 2 dice anyway, right?
Yeah, you get 2 dice anyway.
Correct. You use some AP. Use some AP, please.
Oh yeah. I'm going to use an AP.
Cool. You now
For-
have 5
for
AP
that.
in the pool.
That's 1, 2, 3 dice. So I got 2 successes, I think. I have a perception. Where am I? My perception is 9 thanks to Eugene, and I got a 4, a 6, and a 19. Is
4.
that a fail?
No,
More
that
than 6 would.
that would a 19 would be a complication if I was extending the complication table, which is something I can do, but that's not something that's happening now. So you can see that there is a trap set up, and you tap Ingrid on the shoulder and point at it. And Ingrid, what you see is it looks like someone has rigged up the husk of a car, all burnt out, and like they have set it up with some sort of weird piston thing looking in the back. And as you're getting closer, because he lets you know, you slow down just in time as this piston fires off and throws this car across the highway. It hits the median and flips over. And you guys just keep going. You can hear disgruntled raider noises in the background. We are now at exit number 3.
Okay.
Cool. This is going to be a 2 difficulty pilot check.
Using an AP.
Using an AP, we're down to 4.
How does AP regenerate, by the way?
AP regenerates when you get critical successes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we should have regenerated one from Bruce's 1 then.
We did.
Oh, we did?
Once. Yeah, failed. Yeah, complication 20.
Okay. Kevin.
Oh no.
I'm going to need
Yeah.
a 3 difficulty
Oh dear.
perception check.
Oh dear.
Like flat?
Flat.
Is I'm guessing my dog can't help me.
Does he have anything that he I mean, he is helping you. He gives you perception.
They reduce the difficulty of all other perception tests by 1, but he has keen senses, so if it's something that I normally wouldn't be able to detect, he can attempt to
Okay.
detect it.
So
I don't know if that helps or not.
So then that you would have had an extra success on the last one if he makes everything 1 difficulty less. So you would have regained another AP from the last one too. And that would make this 3 difficulty a 2 difficulty.
Oh, okay, that's better than a 3.
So you're back to 5 AP, And yeah, it's now a 2 difficulty with
right.
Eugene's
Use one.
helpfulness.
Use an AP. Use one of those.
All right, I'm using.
We get
one
him back
more.
Okay,
well
so
enough. We'll be fine.
you're back at 4.
All right, I'm rolling. Oh, I got. You said it was 2 difficulty. Shit.
Yeah. How many
So
did
I
you
got,
get?
I got a 2, an 11, and a 14.
Okay, so you didn't get it. What did you say about his keen senses? How was that worded, and what was doing it?
The way that it's worded, 1 or more of Dogmeat's senses are especially keen. They can attempt to detect creatures or objects, which characters normally cannot, and they reduce the difficulty of all other perception tests by 1 to a minimum of 0.
Okay.
So he would.
So it would have to be something specific that like you wouldn't be able to detect, like say like a stealth like Deathclaw or something, or
Yeah, something like
is
that.
was that something in New Vegas that I'm fever dreaming about? The stealth.
There's
Deathclaws?
definitely an invisible Deathclaw somewhere.
That's Fallout 4, but moving on.
So you said you got a complication, right, Bruce?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well,
So
it was nice knowing you fellas.
by exit 3, you had thought that you were getting pretty good at getting through these little traps. And that's about the time that Ingrid catches what appears to be some sort of rope or cable to her midsection.
Oh no!
She is then pulled backwards and slams into Mason, who slams into Eugene, and you guys are now prone outside the exit, and you watch the motorcycle drift down the highway just a little bit further and come to a stop. Luckily, it doesn't seem like it has hit anything. But yeah, because of your complication, you are definitely prone. I'm not going to let you roll to land on your feet.
That's fair.
And this is about the time you hear footsteps approaching. All right, Manfred, you're going on a jolly little stroll.
Yep.
Um,
Yes, I am.
how are you approaching this? What is your pace here?
Pretty light jog.
Pretty
I think
light
when
jog.
Manfred's alone, he's not like kind of lumbering slowly.
all those small-legged, mortals.
Yeah, well, and he's a fit guy, so like
Yeah.
he just he's
Yeah,
on your left
the
pike,
first time
you know.
everybody met Manfred, he was in a full-blown sprint.
full sprint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got your light jog, and you're going down the way. It's taking you a little bit, but it's fine. You got a nice gait to your step. Pretty soon, though, you do see the first exit to hell. How would you like to approach going past these exits?
Stealthily for sure.
Stealthily for sure. Okay.
Stealthily for sure.
So this first one
Mm-hmm.
is going to be a 2 difficulty.
For sure. How much? We have 4 AP?
Ooh, wait, no. I forgot. This one is the one that they drove past and they didn't even know who drove past. It's a 1 difficulty.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And we have 4 AP, correct?
Yes.
Just out of curiosity.
You currently
Okay.
have 4.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. All right. I got it.
Nice.
And I crit.
And you crit.
Oh,
Okay,
hell
so
yeah.
that's back to 5.
Dude, maxing out sneak was for sure worth it. I
Yeah,
suck at agility,
absolutely.
but you cannot find me.
Absolutely. Okay, so you sneak past. You hop over the little median, duck between some cars. You notice that there were some mines set out, and you decide not to step on any of them, which a clever move. And you get past it, and you start to do your little light jog again. You get to the second exit. How would you like to approach this one?
I think I'm just gonna keep every time I get to an exit, I'm gonna be like, okay, let's
Stealthy.
yeah,
Okay.
logical.
Not trying to engage with a barricade by yourself. Okay, so 2 difficulty, please. These guys are a little more on edge.
Double check something. To succeed, I need 11. That's not bad.
That's not bad at all. That's you've got a better than 50% chance. You got a 55%
I
chance.
got it again.
You got it again. Did you crit or
I
anything?
got
Did
it
you just,
again. No crits, just basic
just
success.
straight got it. Okay, so
Mm.
you duck dive and dodge your way through some cars, one of which seems to have been aggressively slammed into something and is upside down on the side of the road. It very clearly wasn't there when you guys were passing down the other way, and so that's curious. You take note of that. Then you take off with a little light jog as soon as you clear the barricades. And as you approach, the screen fades to black, and we pop back up to the situation of our dear friends on the ground.
Oh,
So,
and Mason.
I mean, that stung a little. Eugene.
Eugene is also fine.
Okay.
So, like I said, you guys heard footsteps coming, and there are, as you're looking up, there are 2 raiders. As you remember from the barricades before, there were 2 raiders on the ground, and there are 2 raiders up on the barricade. So, as you look up, you landed right in front of the barricade. There is a machine gun pointed at you. There's a guy with a rifle pointed at you, and there are 2 raiders above you.
Well,
The first raider. Hands up. Okay. So the first raider comes up and sees Ingrid with her hands up. And he says, "Hey man, is your dog okay?"
well, I mean, he's a tough old guy. He looks all right. Are you all right? I just lean down to Eugene real quick.
The other raider leans over and kicks the first raider very hard. He says, "Shut the fuck up. It doesn't matter if his dog's okay. Point your gun at him." And the first raider responds. Second raider
Well,
continues.
he kind of does.
Second
Eugene's
raider
all right.
continues. "So, we saw you guys passing before, and now it looks like you got some stuff with you. So, we're gonna need you guys to come with us."
To where, I might ask.
"To hell, lady."
I'm not going there. I spiritually and physically, I cannot go there.
"What do you mean spiritually?"
Oh, I'd be happy to tell you. I got this book, and I start moving my hand down.
The gun is way more aggressively pointed at you. A little bit closer. He says, "Slowly."
Slowly. And she does pull out her Bible. Like Ingrid was definitely thinking about pulling out that 6, but she's like 4 people. I'm on the ground. Not a good idea. But yeah, she just pulls out her little book.
He looks at it and he starts laughing. "So you're one of those good book thumpers from down in Cincinnati, the Rhine Republic. So what brings you up here? Did the bishop send you to see what hell's all about?"
Actually, no. I had no idea that your little place existed until about hour and a half ago.
How would we've been doing this for weeks? How would you not know?
Maybe you guys have you been doing anything special? Like maybe not making enough noise.
We make plenty of noise.
Yeah.
Listen, the torture, there are fight pits. We got torture racks. People scream. There's plenty of. You're gonna see.
Yeah. Not noise as in volume level, but how's your PR? Who's your leader? Who?
You don't even know who our leader is?
No.
All right. So, who's the bishop in charge? He's Bishop Gantz, right? He's the bishop in charge.
Oh, okay.
Right. So his son, Joshua, so he decided, fuck the church, fell in with us, made us super cool, decided we're going to start our own city, call it Hell. It's Hell's Highway. It's Gantz. You didn't know any of this. We've kidnapped like 40 people.
It's oh wait. Oh, see, I didn't know that you was your leader. See, we met this lady Beatrice, and she said her fighting ring for dogs makes her in charge. So that's why we were a little. And I'm going to roll the speech.
Okay, roll the speech.
Yeah.
You're gonna lie.
Is there anything I can do to?
We're gonna
to
say
help?
that's a
Is there
2
any help
difficulty
I
for
can
that
give him?
there.
I'm using an AP, but
For sure.
What would you like to do to help him in this situation?
Probably talk about Beatrice's dogs. It's like, man, if you seen her dogs, I mean, goodness.
Okay.
I don't know if that might help. Like,
No, he's not. He's not worried
the...
about the dogs right now.
I get 3 successes.
You got 3 successes.
Okay,
so
all
that's
right.
you got one of your APs back.
Didn't even need my help.
Okay, so it seems like he goes a little slack, and he's like, you think that having dogs makes you in charge is
No, she told me that makes her in charge.
like we
She said
buy
she
dogs from her. She's not even part of hell. Sorry, what?
She said she makes the most money out of any of you. She said, I pull in the dollars. These guys, they torture. They don't even know how to make money off these guys. Whatever.
Okay, that's not expressly wrong that she makes a lot of money. You can't, like... But that doesn't put you in charge. This isn't the pre-war. Like, this is... We're like... It's new. Like, you have to have, like, guns and... She's not in charge, man.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying what I heard. You said if I heard anything, I met one person who told me that they were...
The first raider pipes up. He says, you called her man. She's a lady. And you're a fucking moron. So anyway.
But during this kerfuffle, like, could I be standing up? Like,
yeah.
could I, like...
Yeah.
You know how you walk towards somebody, like, slowly as they're ranting to, like, get closer?
Mm-hmm.
I would give you that with your
also
3
be getting up?
successes.
Or will I have to roll to see if they notice?
You're gonna have to roll because he was in the middle of talking.
You know what? I'm just gonna roll with. I'm gonna go with Bruce's. I'm gonna go with Bruce's deception.
Gotcha.
It's working.
So now Ingrid is standing, but within spitting distance of these raiders. You're fairly close. You're close to number 2. Number 1 is just a little back, but again, the barricade you can still see the barricade behind you with the other 2. So raider number 2 continues. He says, "All right, well, so we're gonna guide you through these doors into hell, and you're gonna go meet with Gantz. All right." And he like beckons for one of them to open the barricade, and doors open. Says, "All right, get moving."
Is there any way I could just not do that and leave?
Why would I ever let you just go?
Politeness, I don't know.
What if we promise we'll come back?
Raider number 2 hits Raider number 1 and says, "Keep your gun on them for a second." He turns around and faces the barricade and says, "Do I seem like I should be fucking polite?" "No, dude, you're like totally hard. Just fucking bring him in." Alright. I'm not fucking polite. Please, like, we're gonna come back. You're gonna go in the... Get in the door.
Dude, I swear, Scout's honor.
Sorry.
What position would you blame me for doing that?
Bruce,
I mean,
can you
come on.
repeat that? Most of it was cut out.
Sorry.
Oh, no, no, you're good. I was just... Ingrid was just like, do you blame me? I mean, I honestly don't want to go on that. We have an appointment to make. I just am saying, would you not try to say no? Like, at least I'm not pulling out my gun and making a scene.
Speaking of scene, Fade. Manfred.
Yeah.
You're hearing a commotion up above.
Mm-hmm.
Or up ahead of you. And it's about at this point that you approach... You're close enough that you can see Ingrid with her hands up.
Right.
You can see a cowboy-hatted man and his dog, nearly prone. and they're talking to two raiders who are pointing guns at them.
Right.
You can even see the outline of the motorbike a little farther down the way. How would you like to approach this situation?
Of course I would like to sneak up.
Okay. I'm going to need a 2 difficulty. They're pretty
For
distracted.
sure. For sure. I'm going to use an AP.
Gotcha. I choked on my own spit there.
Chill out, buddy. Let's see. Oh, I got a crit. Hell yes.
Got a crit.
Okay. It was just the one crit, so it counts for both successes. So I didn't get the AP back, but
Nice. So, when you were approaching,
yes.
what distance are you closing to? There are different spots that you can hit. There's like overturned cars. There's the median that you could travel down. But how would you like to, where would you like to go? You succeeded. Where would you like to end up?
I would like to approach at an angle to where the guys on like the thing can't quite see me. So like on the opposite side of the road, kind of coming up because they're facing the other way.
Opposite side of the road being like,
I'd be on the.
Are you near the median or are you on the outskirts of the road?
Outskirts of the road.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay, so you find yourself a nice little barricade to set up behind. And you said you want to be close enough to do what?
I want to get closer to like the machine gun nest, basically.
Okay. So between you and the machine gun is just part of this. It's like foliage. You know that the machine gun is there because you saw it on your approach, but you're dipped down. There wouldn't really be any cover there specifically, but I mean, there's foliage, so there's cover in the visibility sense, not in the defensive sense. Sure. But you know that you are right next to the barricade, and you can start to hear this insane conversation that's going on. It's about the time that you get in next to that foliage that you hear the man screaming up at the barricade, "Do I look like I should be fucking polite?" And he returns to, and Ingrid says, "You can't blame me for trying." And that is where we're going to go back to Ingrid. Radio 2 is like, just go through the gate. This is my last warning. And he cocks his gun. He's like, I will just shoot you. Then I will take the cowboy. Walk through the barricade.
Okay.
I have a quick question.
Yes, sir.
Really, is there any way I could use my sneak as a way of being able to draw a gun?
Absolutely.
Without being seen?
Yeah.
Because I think I'd like to do that.
Okay.
Because
so I too
don't want to go to hell.
If you're trying to draw your sidearm, it is a 2 difficulty. If you're trying to draw your rifle, it is a 3 difficulty.
What about my sawn-off double barrel? Because
that would also be 2. I'll count that as the
sidearm.
Good. Now, what sort of range are we looking at? Like, how close are they?
Okay,
to
so
would you say
you are close range to Raiders number 1 and 2, and then the guys up on the barricade are medium range.
Okay, all right. Shit, I need to. What's a good way of?
Ooh, 1 sec. Think about it. Hey, Mark.
Okay. I got to think of a good way to signal to. Although I imagine Ingrid, you're probably knowing that shit's gonna go down because you don't want to go down that gate either.
If we didn't have the motorcycle to worry about, I would just go in there.
Yeah.
Like, let's meet a faction leader. Like, let's do this. But like, I'm keenly aware of it. So Ingrid's keenly aware of it. So she's trying to like, 1, draw a timeout, and 2, like, does she want to John Woo, like, jump back?
Pop.
I've definitely got a move lined up for this machine gun nest.
I'm thinking.
Y'all can get down.
Is it possible? And I know I'm kind of trying to.
Anything is possible with the
push.
power of
I'm
God.
trying to push my
Jot
luck
that down.
here a little bit, but I love that. So could I Is there any way that Eugene could help me? And there's a specific way that I'm thinking, but
I would need to know the specific way that you're trying to get him to help you, and then probably.
I just go, all right, come on, Eugene, help me up. Hold on. So he just comes up so that I can get a hand on him, and the dog's body is in between me and them to be able to draw my sawn off from my other side.
Yeah, that's a great idea. You just dropped yourself a difficulty, bud. You got a 1 difficulty check ahead of you.
Fuck
Like,
yeah.
oh,
Nice.
All right, let's
Nice.
do this.
Context.
Do I? But no, there's no. I don't know if I should burn an AP for that, but I think.
Famous last words.
No, I got a 2 and a 6, so I'm happy not burning
yeah.
that.
What's your skill in sneak? Is that a crit?
Oh, it's a tag skill, so that's a
Hold on,
crit
we're
on
gonna
one
go
of
ahead-
them.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and put that up to 1. Or sorry, not 1, 7. So you guys are back up at your full AP. You stay stacked on that. And yeah, you're now up ish, and you've got your sidearm just out of view, ready to quick draw.
Okay. Are you still saying you don't want to go in?
No, as
Yes, child.
Ingrid
Sure,
did, like,
just
because he
like
said, like, I'm going to
6.
shoot you, like, if you don't go in. So Ingrid did walk in, but CJ, how, like, when she gets to the door, basically I'm asking, like, when Ingrid, like, you know how, like, machine guns, they have it down, at a certain point, like, you can't aim down 90 degrees.
Once you get into close range, you cannot be fired upon by the machine gunner, at all, unless he comes off his machine gun. And anyone attempting to fire straight down will have to be leaning over to get you.
Okay.
I have 2 questions.
Lots of questions. I love it.
Yeah.
What's your questions?
Question 1.
Question
What is my range from the machine gun nest?
You would be. I would call it medium.
Okay.
You're medium from both.
Okay. And question 2. How sturdy does this barricade look?
Mm.
I might be getting devious.
You drank. By the way,
Mm-hmm.
you did drink a sludge earlier, right?
Last session.
Last
That is
session.
true.
But
That
it
is
lasts for
true.
6 hours. It's not been 6 hours, so just
Oh, yeah, you're still at yourself.
I'm
out here.
smart still. Okay.
you're still smart. I ask because I need you to make a repair check of 2 difficulty.
Okay. That is actually kind of doable for me. Okay. Let me see. I got a crit.
So
Yeah.
Just one. Just the one. So
okay.
the other
Well,
one
that's
is just a
still
regular failure.
that's still
but-
enough. You have noticed that
Mhm.
on the one side of the barricade,
Mhm.
a place where the boards and the tires, it seems like it's almost like shuddering in the wind a little bit.
Mm,
It looks like there may be some sort of weak spot there. The rest of the barricade looks pretty sturdy.
okay.
Is the
Okay.
door a door frame, or does it actual open and close door?
It is
No,
like
you-
it is like wooden doors that imagine like small trees that they've chopped down. They're like banded together with rope and like
Mm. So
I'm excited to see where this goes.
Ingrid is gonna shoot for the fences here, and she's walking towards the doors.
Okay.
And as she's like getting close to like where if they're opened like this, she's like before she can like grab onto that, she goes and rolling speech for this. She says, "Can you at least pick out my book that you dropped, please?
Go. It's a 2 difficulty.
Use it in AP."
Using an
Come
AP.
on.
Critical.
Ooh.
And
So
another.
Oh yeah.
Raider number 2.
And she like as like he goes down to pick it up, grabs the door and like shuts like one of them.
Mm.
So now she is behind the barricade, like behind the door.
So if there's two doors like open like that, like she grabbed one and like shut it, and like is like pressed up against it.
On
Okay.
the outside.
Okay, so
Yeah.
here is now what Ingrid sees from her perspective. So, Raider number 2, rude as he is, as soon as you ask him, he turns. He says, "I guess I am polite. Raider number 1, can you please pick up the good lady's book whilst you bring the cowboy?" And before he can turn back around, he hears the door slam shut. And so now, Ingrid, what you see is you have got this door pinned. He would have to push, like it swings your way. So you've got the door between you and him. And above you is the boards where the other raiders are standing. There is a wooden like steep looking like stair, half ladder looking thing that they obviously used to go up there. You can hear the raiders up above start shuffling because they realize what you've done, and you can hear Raider number 2 go, "Ah, fuck!" Raider number 1 says, "That's what you get for being polite." Kevin, you guys are now in combat. Like, obviously, this is an event. What are your guys's? Where did my clipboard go? I had it especially for this.
Our initiative?
Yeah, what's your initiative?
Mine is 16.
Yours is 16.
And so Eugene's is as well.
Okay.
You're a sharp boy.
You sure?
We
Actually, you know what? Ignore that question. We're gonna go ahead and go off of how I feel it would roll out in the context of your actions. Also, I don't know where my clipboard went. I have my pen. So, the first one who would be able to go in this situation would be Mason, which would have been you anyway, I think.
I think so.
Context or initiative wise. But yeah, so you realize that Raider number 1, who was yelling back at Raider number 2, is next to you and not looking at you. Raider number 2 is now looking at the door behind him, and the 2 people on top of the barricade are looking down, trying to see where Ingrid went. So you are not being looked at.
So, Raider number 1, you said he's right next to me.
He is right next to you.
He is
within close.
Would you say he's okay? I was going to say, would you say he's close enough that
he's 2 or 3 feet away from you?
Okay, all right.
Effective range.
All right, I guess I mutter to Eugene and say, "Time to get this rodeo started," and then bang,
bang,
right at Raider number 1, who's not looking at me. I want to.
Right, so this.
Try and catch him clean in the chest, because then that way I won't.
Okay, so you're going to use your aim. You're going to shoot at the back of his chest.
Oh, sorry. Actually, I think I'm going to use a perk, but not the aim one. I'm going to use my center mass perk.
What's that do?
Which is I can re-roll 1d20 to the hit, and I can strike the torso without a difficulty increase.
Okay, so you're hitting the torso.
But only if I hit center mass, obviously.
Only if you hit center mass. Okay. So you're trying to go for the torso, and this is going to count as a sneak attack because he's not looking at you. So
yes.
Does your weapon? Does the shotgun already have vicious?
The shotgun has, I believe so, but I think it has spread as well. Yeah, spread and vicious.
Okay, so since it already has vicious, a sneak attack counts as +2 damage die. So I need you to roll first to attack. 1 difficulty. He is within range.
Okay. How many AP do we have again?
The full 7.
I think. Oh.
I mean, fuck it. Why not? Let's
use it.
I'll throw an AP in there. Let's roll that.
Let's throw an AP in there.
Shaboom. Oh,
action points.
Did that?
Action points.
Action points. We're doing actions.
I have to
We're
hit
using
my
points.
my small guns or less, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Meets
Oh.
it, beats it.
God damn it. Yeah, I missed.
you have
By
any
both?
luck?
Did you hit any of them?
Wait, what?
Wait, hold on. Also,
what
didn't you say that your center mass skill lets you re-roll something?
Oh, you're right. Okay.
Is that an attack roll that it lets you roll when you're aiming for the?
It specifies D20s.
Oh, perfect.
So
Okay. Okay.
But, thank goodness
So
for
you
that.
get to do a re-roll
thank
on
you.
one of them.
Yeah, I rolled a 16, a 10, and an 8, and I need a 6 to. Oh, wait, hang on. What is that?
No.
To hit or
Agility
to crit?
plus your small guns. It's the
Yeah,
tag skill to crit.
Oh, then I've hit.
Yeah,
it's
yeah. Okay, so
I have 8 agility and 6 in small guns, and it's.
Oh, you hit him.
So.
okay, so you hit him.
You
So
fucking hit him.
what's the damage? 'Cause add 2.
We're looking at 5 damage dice.
Oh my!
Is that with the +2?
That's without the +2.
Okay, so roll 7 damage dice.
Okay. Let's get all 7 on the screen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and roll. Okay, so what was the thing about the 5 and 6s are?
Okay, so
Um,
5 and 6
damage
are,
and effect.
yeah,
So those are attack and damage and effect.
damage
Yes.
and effect. Yes.
3s and 4s don't hit.
Yep.
1 is 1, 2 is 2. Okay, cool. So that's 1 damage, a damage and an effect, a damage and an effect, and a damage and an effect.
So you've
So-
got
3 vicious.
3 vicious, so I rolled 3. Discounting the 4s and 3s, I rolled 3 6s and a 1.
3 6s and a 1. Okay, so you do 4
so-
damage plus the 3 vicious. So what vicious does is the attack inflicts 1 plus damage for each effect rolled. So that's 7. So your attack does 7, and then spread. That would be, if I want to make sure I get it correctly. Spread for each effect rolled, your attack inflicts 1 additional hit on the target. It inflicts half the rolled damage, round down, so 3 damage, and hits a random location, even if the specific location was targeted. So
is it 3 per effect dice then that I rolled, or is it 3 total?
no, it's 3 total.
Extra?
So it's
Okay.
one extra per. So you roll 7 damage, and then. Or are you saying for the rounded down damage? Because yes, it would
Yes,
be
the rounded
3
down.
damage to each of the other limbs that it hits. So
Good.
yeah, I would say that that's probably good.
Sorry, Raider 1. You were the one who actually liked my dog.
He wasn't being mean to you at all. Kind
It's just how. I guess it's just the way things.
Did you liquefy him?
All right, so he eats 1.
If we manage to get back to Boonshaft, I'm nicknaming this sawn off the liquefier. It's like
Okay.
it's liquefied a few things.
So-
It's been like full kills on
Ooh,
2 things.
Zoom in. Okay, focus. Thank you, buddy. Okay, so Raider 1 is gone. Where his chest was is now all over the highway, and you've basically dismembered him by removing the piece that all the pieces were connected to before. So
God.
Raider
Okay.
One falls in a goopy mess, and
Do I still have a movement as well?
you still
'Cause
have a movement. Yeah.
Oh, thank fuck for that. Okay,
Nice.
I'm gonna move to within close range of that machine gun because I'd like Eugene to follow me because I do not want to be hit by that.
You know what?
Smart.
That's fair. Okay, so now you guys are both out of the way of the machine gun, and you can hear them scrambling up above. Now it would be. By the way, important context. You didn't say that you took cover or anything, so you are just right next to Raider number 2.
Oh fuck!
So
Damn it!
in context,
Should've said.
I think that the next person who would
He
move
still has a
here,
full barrel.
yeah, he still does have 1 barrel
True.
cocked and ready. So, ooh, I'm dropping frames. Weird.
Oh.
It's fine. It's the sound that's important. So, Manfred,
Mhm.
you just watched Mason goop a guy.
Again.
Again. No, the last one was a dog.
I've seen him goop several people.
You know, that's fair. That's fair. It's becoming a trend.
The
Kevin.
gooper.
Mason.
Oh.
All right. So, what does Manfred want to do with this situation that he's now watching unfold?
Man,
Remember,
he's so proud too.
You did see that there's that weakness in the barricade that is on the side closest to you. You don't know how weak, but you do know that it is weak.
Sure.
But now you see Mason and his dog charging straight up to the other raider to get out of the range of the machine gun.
Sure.
Which you are just barely in range. But the guy's staring down at where Ingrid is supposed to be, so.
Can I pain train Raider number 2?
Yeah.
Shit!
Yeah.
Because even as smart Manfred, like, there's no chance I won't get this, so.
Yeah.
Famous last
Fuck,
words.
yeah. Well, okay, yeah, fair. I am going to use
love
an
you,
AP.
Chris.
I love you. I'm also extraordinarily lucky as a
Yeah.
giant mutant boy. So even if
Yeah.
I like mess them both, or at least mess one of them up, I can re-roll. I've got too many luck points, so I got to start pushing the limits. So I'm definitely using your UP
Okay.
for
So
pain.
that'll take your
train.
movement. Your movement will, that'll be your movement.
Yeah. All right. So strength plus athletics. All right. Let's go for it.
Yeah, it's one difficulty, so.
Plus I crit on 4s, so
Fuck.
I did not crit, but I got 1 success, and then I crit.
You got those are some lucky dice, man.
Okay, so.
I use these dice for this game. My other dice are good for D&D because they get better numbers for that game.
All right. So Mason, as you are charging, towards this other raider, trying to close the distance so you don't get machine gunned, because if anyone's seen like machine guns in action, it's probably the guy that was in fighting Caesar's Legion. Well, do they have machine guns? We're gonna pretend that they did. So
I've seen us using machine guns against them.
So you're going. You're going up and you're trying to figure out how you're going to approach the situation, and that's when Manfred comes from nowhere and just boom, and you see Raider number 2 just vanish. His what does Pain Train specifically do? I know that it hurts.
It knocks them prone, and then I do 2 d6 of unarmed damage, but since I also have Slayer, I can spend a luck point to automatically crit. Plus, when I crit on melee or unarmed strikes, I also trigger Bloody Mess.
You already crit.
Yeah,
so you don't need to use the luck point.
But I can do another one and inflict an additional injury. I could cripple this man, is what I'm saying.
You're already Bloody Messing. Okay, let's look at Bloody Mess. You got Bloody Mess written down. What does Bloody Mess do?
On a critical effect roll, is successful, inflict an additional injury. So I could break 3 of his limbs.
All right. Well, I don't have my limb roller. I'll look up the table while...
All right, let me roll these 2d6.
If he survives this, he's going to have to be very polite to people.
What do you say, Bruce?
It's on the character sheet, so Evan just roll his limb indicator.
Oh, it is on the sheet. We figured that out last time. You guys told me how to do it.
I only did 2 damage, but I think I am going to spend that luck point.
So you're gonna injure 3 of his body parts.
Yes.
Oh God, this poor man.
Both legs, both legs.
Come on, yeah.
Both legs.
Are you gonna roll? Roll a d20.
Oh, right. Yes, yeah. Okay.
I'm sorry if I implied that I was doing it.
No, do I roll it 3 times to figure out what?
Yes.
Okay.
If you roll the same thing twice, roll again, because obviously you can't injure the same thing twice.
16, 5, and 7.
Okay, so what are those limbs?
So, okay, reroll one of those. You got his leg and his torso.
6.
Reroll that again.
13.
That is his right arm. So his left leg, his torso, and his right. So you hit him. So he did like a pretzel, like claw maneuver
Yeah.
over your body.
I kind of, I grabbed him and just slammed him.
All right, so crumpled man falls to the ground, drops his weapon, and he is. Hey, you can hear crying, like just full open, like just weeping. And that was your movement and your action.
Mm-hmm.
So now you are standing in front of Mason, outside the door. Ingrid, you just heard all of this. Since you kicked off the whole thing with the slamming the door, it is actually going to be the guys up top's turn. And what you can hear is the guy leave the machine gun. And you hear the sound of him drawing something from his holster, and he starts his way down these stairs that you saw earlier. He is going to be able to get all the way down the stairs, but because he's climbing those stairs, that is his action. And as soon as he gets down the stairs, that's when he looks over and sees you. And that's all the time he's got. The other raider has his pipe rifle, and he leans all the way over and sees the carnage of what's beneath him. And he's going to try and fire at Mason because Mason is further back than
Manfred.
So he's also the one with the gun out. So.
Oh shit. Okay.
So he's gonna roll. And he got it. He's shooting in you in your. I need to go get my dice out of the garage. Makes it way bigger. In your right leg. Shooting down at you and hitting your right leg. That's funky.
I am.
Yeah, that's just. All right, let's see. Got it. Using his pipe rifle. That's not the right guy. I even have my bookmark and anything. Can you just pipe gun? Okay. Okay. So he does 2. And then he does.
Oh no.
Ooh, what does that do?
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh. So the thing about pipe rifles is that they are classed as being unreliable. So
They're dog shit.
So it made it more complicated than I had anticipated, and Homie was too panicked to think I should use an AP. So he actually missed because he only got the 1 success. So right by your right leg, you feel the phantom of a bullet pass and hear it clack against the thing. And you're like, oh, maybe in a different life where the GM was paying attention to weapons qualities before the roll, I would have been hit in the leg there. But you weren't. And now it's back to being your turn. No, it's Ingrid's turn.
That meta thought leaves your brain and you have no memory of it.
I could have got hurt.
You know, in real life, when people think things are a simulation or a video game, imagine that thought, but then it's just gone.
Yeah.
Shit, am I in a roleplay game?
All right, Ingrid, you are
Like
now.
I don't have any control of my actions.
Ingrid, you are now on the other side of the door. You just heard all the rest of that shit going on. The guy walked down, is panicked, has a gun in his hand. What are you doing?
Ingrid is, since she's sort of the wall is sort of is to her back, and the others are outside. She is going to look at this man and go like this with her hand, like she's force choking him.
Yeah.
And she's going to do her radiation pulse that glowing ones can do.
What's the range on that?
Oh, fuck.
Close.
Close?
Yes.
Okay. That's just enough.
My...
Yeah, have some
Oh,
cancer.
no.
Cancer.
Cancer ray. We lost the cancer gun. Now we just have a cancer body explosion.
She didn't even need the cancer gun.
Sorry, Bruce.
It doesn't have any difficulty listed in the description. It just says if they're close. I don't know if you want me to roll something.
No, he's gonna have to roll.
Yeah, I was gonna say. She's just doing an explosion. So like,
Okay, so Ingrid, this is her major act. She just raises her hand and just explodes, kind of.
Yes.
Okay, so he's gonna have to roll. His athletics.
Manfred can't do that.
That's not good for him. Okay, that's good.
Let me know when to roll the damage.
He actually dove out of the way.
Oh.
He dove back into. He passed his athletics check.
Mm-hmm.
Saw that you were about to pop, and instinctually dipped out of the way.
You hear a word.
Now, because they're on the other side of the door, but it's a wooden door and it's radiation. Manfred,
I'm immune.
you're immune. Kevin, Mason is going to have to do a check.
Oh dear.
Is he within close?
Yeah, him and Manfred are right next to each other.
Oh, okay.
Oh dear. Okay, what do I need to do?
So it's me, him,
athletics?
or explosion.
So I need you to do a 2 difficulty athletics check.
Okay.
AP.
And so that would be, I would need to hit my strength and my athletics combined. So I'd need to get a 9 or lower.
AP.
Oh yeah, yeah. I would. How much AP do we have
Action.
again?
You guys still have. Oh, I rolled. It's 6. You guys used one earlier.
Do
and
you guys mind if I use a couple here?
Do it.
I want to make clear that the only reason that I'm letting you even roll this, because you didn't even see her doing it, but your perception is so high, and you got Eugene with you, that I'm just gonna go ahead and let you have the roll. But Manfred, I did not give you that roll because you do not have the same
Unaffected.
perceptiveness.
I do not.
Man, yeah, we are dropping frames. What is going on? I'm not even
What?
doing anything.
I
In
imagine
theory,
that,
would I be a radiation wall? Could I lower his difficulty? Because I'm right in front of him.
The radiation would spray out.
And it wouldn't go
Be a
through
wall.
me.
It'd have to go through. So yeah, you'd.
I would
soak it
just
up.
absorb it. Yeah.
Damn.
Can that be my help action?
Science.
quality-
You don't even need to roll for anything. Okay, so because you guys, in my head, I basically had you guys were stacked up. It was Eugene, and then it was Mason, and then it was
Right.
Manfred,
Right.
Door.
Door.
So you kind of heard radiation escape from it would show up green like
There's
the
a
pulse.
slight warmth.
Yeah, so
yeah, you would
there-
see the pulse.
So
It is a-
in the Fallout, I imagine like realistically, you wouldn't see the radiation pop, but it's Fallout, so it's not realistic. So you see this green pulse come through, passes through the wooden walls, and you see it kind of go around Manfred in front of you. And yeah, so Ingrid's turn is over, and everyone just watched her pop. So I'm actually going to go ahead and...
We didn't even see it.
yeah, you just saw radiation.
Would it
Pop
hit
off.
the guy up on the barricade?
God damn, I love when you bring up stuff.
I'm just asking questions, you know? I'm just asking questions. I'm just trying to be practical because it's like a bubble.
Okay,
Like,
so...
it spreads out. Yeah.
Okay, so all of a sudden, he feels this energy pass through him. He don't like it. Don't feel good. And he I was gonna see if he had the wherewithal to stay. And he does. He's been through radiation before. He knows he can just get some rad away and, forget this ever happened. But he does take radiation damage.
Okay.
Bruce, how much radiation damage does that do?
I'm gonna roll now. It's 5 dice.
Nice.
Oh,
Fuck.
Holy fuck, dude!
Okay, so maybe he didn't react that chill.
He didn't really think it through.
He didn't.
I'll be fine.
I'll be fine. That's what he's thinking. That's what he's thinking. That's what he's thinking before the damage hits. So that's fine.
Yeah, he takes 4 damage.
4 damage to hit. Well, it's radiation. It would pitch
It's
past
radiation damage, though.
radiation damage through his whole thing. So he takes 4. He's not feeling great. He's not dead, but he's not feeling.
Definitely made him woozy.
He's not feeling bonita. So it is now going to be Mason's turn.
Can I see him from where I am?
Yeah, he's leaned way over.
Oh, perfect. Well, I know I should probably move, but
You got
Yes,
a loaded
child.
barrel, homie.
oh yeah, he's close range, isn't he?
Yeah, you can just point right up.
Okay, so that's
Oh,
fine,
you're
but I'm still
right.
doing my thing.
Okay,
I'm gonna
all
be done
right.
in just a
In
few
that
minutes.
case,
Everybody's
Uh,
real nearby, so like,
Yeah. Well, in that
Let
case,
me-
I have
give me a
another.
couple
I have
more
one
minutes
more in the
and-
chamber,
no,
so
downstairs, please.
I just. All right. and I try to. I think I might use some AP for this one,
Sorry,
if
what?
that's okay.
go for it. We're good enough, and this was like a consistent thing with our home game with this, at regenerating AP because we're dumb and ballsy. So it comes back. We do okay. We decide to make some pretty ridiculous decisions, and sometimes they actually work.
All right. Well, the Gooper's going to try and take another victim.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, sweet dad moment.
Oh.
While Kevin executes the man.
Yeah, well,
Well,
executing a person, there's a moment going on with our GM.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's okay.
Oh, Charlie.
Just have to go 1 week without her, okay? You go down. I'll come down and give you love in just a few minutes, okay? Your mom's on her way back, okay?
We gotta execute this man for Charlotte.
It's true. In her name, in her honor.
Yes.
Doctor, it's bedtime.
I just. This one's for Charlie.
It's almost okay.
There's also, if that guy dove out of the way who saw me, he's prone now. That should.
He's gotta be, because he had to, like, dove off the stairs or into the stairs, like...
Sorry, my daughter just realized she's on spring break next week. She just realized that the friend that she saw today at her birthday party she won't get to see for a whole week, and that made her sad.
Oh. We were commenting on sweet dad moment.
Well, thank you.
This next goop in. No, I shouldn't say
Oh,
it.
like that.
Yeah.
Let's not. Let's
My
not.
wife
All
is
right,
on
never
too.
mind.
Probably
We're
have to take-
murdering this man in her honor.
We're
Go
murdering
ahead, and
this
take,
man.
go ahead and take your rolls, and we'll probably have to take just a minute or two intermission because it's bedtime for my kids, so I might have to take 5 minutes to go get them settled.
Sure.
But let's go ahead and do that roll first.
Okay, we still have 6 AP, or is it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Use
I
it.
don't know.
Use it.
We have
Using-
7 total, but I think we used 1.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to use 2 AP for this because I want him gone.
Because that costs 3. Because for each AP we use, it adds an extra.
Oh,
It does. Okay, in
Yeah.
that case,
Still
no, I
use
don't wanna
it.
do-
No, still use it. Use it, man. We're fine.
Okay, yeah. Well,
We're
could
fine.
I manage this in 3 dice? Possibly.
Manage
I've
what?
good.
Are you adding damage?
No, hitting this dude.
Oh yeah, he's because he's just up at the top of the barricade. It'd be close range.
Okay, and
So it's a 1
you know what?
difficulty.
It's a 14 to hit. So I'll just use 1 AP. That
Yeah,
might be.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I critted on 1 and then missed. Oh no, because it's meets it beats it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beats it.
Oh, I got 3 successes.
So
and
you
one
got
crit.
your AP
Yeah.
back.
Hey,
Alright, you got
Yeah,
your- Where's the
good.
number 7? Okay.
Were you back at
got our
max?
AP back. You're back at max.
7.
What
Okay,
I tell
can
you,
you-
like,
So you roll for where you're gonna hit him.
Oh yeah, I've got to.
But-
Just
shoot.
roll a d20.
His
Just tell
legs
me.
legs are behind a barricade, so
Uh,
Yeah.
That would have added a difficulty, but it
And
wouldn't. Okay, you know what?
call out center mass beforehand.
I would imagine he would have to.
Yes, you do have to with aim.
Yeah.
So
What about
yeah,
with aim?
But you already passed with enough successes that even if you if you roll a leg, it would still hit through the thing somehow. Game physics.
Okay.
Let's see. Wooden barricade, and it's a double barrel shotgun.
Yeah.
Like,
see which limb we get. Roll.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say if you roll a leg, it's actually an arm.
I got him in the right arm.
Okay, so you did how much damage to his right arm?
no.
It is spread and vicious, and I get 5 dice. So
Nice.
let's roll those. 1,
Oh.
2, 3, 4, 5. Oh dear. So I got 2 damage and effects, and 1 damage. So 3 damage, 2 effects.
which are vicious.
So
Vicious
two
and spread.
So that adds 2. So that's 5 damage from the vicious, and then spread would mean 2 extra body parts. Picking randomly, I would just say probably the left arm and the chest. So then it would do 2 more damage to those other parts.
Or round
9 damage.
Wasn't it round down? So it'd only be 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
I said 2.
Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right.
So-
7 damage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Shit, we're dropping frames again. What the hell's going on? Anyway,
Dang, bro.
Dang, bro. Okay, so
Dang.
his arm is completely crippled. The one that you hit, and he's a complete bloodied mess. I'm actually going to roll for him real quick.
Yeah, he's had radiation. He's had.
Yeah, really.
Okay, so with the combination of the radiation hitting him and then all of a sudden like being spread, I rolled for him to keep his footing on the barricade, and he didn't. So what you guys see is Mason blast this guy, and then Ingrid right next to you, because you're still under the thing. You see a raider fall flat on his back, takes fall damage, and he would have had to just take 1 more damage to be dead. So he's dead.
Yeah.
Ingrid, you are still standing face to face with the other fella.
Yeah. So did he duck? Did he like dive, or did he like just?
Well, he scrambled back as far away as he could, and then it dissipated before it hit him. But he's not behind any cover or anything. He's just panicked.
Is his back to me?
No, his back is not to you. He like
He's
just
coming
scrambled
down.
like.
Oh, okay.
He came down the ladder, pointed at you, and then was like,
Oh, shit.
gonna take 5 minutes. Entertain yourselves.
Okay. What within our home game, since the audience is not aware of that, has been your favorite moment?
Ooh. Non-humorous, definitely when our old player character Dylan told, Ingrid does not believe in technology that can cause harm and make people play God and so on and so forth, obviously. So she was pointing a gun at a chip that held a very advanced artificial intelligence, and our other player character, Dylan, who was playing Rose, who was a Brotherhood of Steel initiate or a scribe, obviously wanted to examine the technology. So, pointing a gun at this chip, Rose basically told Ingrid to shoot her if she wanted to destroy the chip, because she was not letting Ingrid just destroy this valuable piece of technology. So it was actually a very organic.
It was a very tense moment.
It was a very organic, tense moment that just emerged from us having different character ideologies like that. I've never really had that happen in other games. Usually, it's just like everybody's like chaotic good, or everybody's like lawful good or evil, and it's just
you're on the same side. Yeah.
That was probably my favorite moment. That wasn't humorous, just because a very, very organic.
I don't know if I may have that might have been a session that I wasn't there for, but what was the resolution for that? Like, did you guys work that out?
We as far as I remember, I got basically with that challenge, Ingrid didn't want to I was going to shoot the chip she was holding, but I didn't want to risk the 4 difficulty not hitting Rose. And then Manfred was like, "No, and like
No.
came over with, like, oh,
That
don't
was
do
also the same moment where I went like sober, basically, from like going ape shit mad, because that AI is actually from my bunker, which I don't want to reveal too much
We haven't got,
about all
we have
that
not.
yet.
we haven't
Gotten
got
there, and like all the players know because I have revealed to them. But there's some weird stuff that was happening in the bunker that Manfred is from. I will give a slight clue. Manfred is not his actual like original human name. Uh, he was a test subject, so a lot of the chambers were separated by gender, and Fred might have been his name, but people that were in control of that they didn't care. They were just trying to make super soldiers as fast and as hard as they could.
I was wondering why you deliberately separate man Fred.
hyphen Fred. Yeah. So
shit.
yeah.
That's
No,
cool.
I've thought some of it through pretty all right. Like Manfred's probably my favorite character ever that I've ever played or like done.
Manfred.
He's like I like playing barbarians and big dudes who don't have to think that much because for some reason in video games and tabletop games, I'm bad at magic and I'm bad at charisma, even though those things in real life I'm pretty okay at. But like you give me a big beefy guy with a lot of health and a sword, he will just keep going. So I wanted to make that in Fallout, and he's been lovely. What was your favorite moment, Kevin?
I think probably when we, even though I completely disagree with it in real life, when we all committed regicide, just because it happened, just like I know that it wasn't the way that it was supposed to happen, but just the way that it happened, like. That was such it was really cool being party to such a big sort of we're going off script from what the DM wants moment.
Well, I felt like it was also one of the few moments where it was almost in a certain way like PvE because like you were rolling against Russ and I was trying to roll against Russ and we were helping each other trying to stop Russ from just letting things play out. Like,
well, and even after that point, just being like, okay, well, this is going down, but it's like I have to help him at this point, and also like Mason is the sort of person where he's like, well, I don't want to kill something unless I have to,
right?
Because it's like I got to be, people are good folk. I don't want to, I don't want to kill people that don't need
for
killing.
Sure.
But so
it's not that the king
just having
didn't
that
need
moment...
killing, but like we knew nothing.
Well, I meant
what
like
was going on,
like the guard, just having the moment of being like, okay, well, I'm just going to talk to the guard and be like, yeah, you probably want to go, buddy. I'll be honest with you.
Listen,
you don't need to die today.
You're not a big fan of this. I'm not a big fan of this. Let's not, right?
There's no need for me to waste a bullet here, and there's no need for you to take it. So
that was pretty nuts. I'm still kind of mad at Donnie for taking my moment of pride, winning like a fair fight, because that was my first fair fight against a guy who's a knight. Yeah, but he quit out and he was super over leveled, so like I was already in bad trouble and probably could not have won that fight. But it did feel good. What the heck is going on?
But that was funny, and whatever CJ's wearing looks comfy.
Crush Frederick's head. And that kind of solidified the whole like Fred thing for me. So now anybody whose name is even closely Fred, I'm like, I am the only Fred. I am man Fred. Man, I think my favorite like serious moment, because the AI one was really good. That felt very organic, and like when we were playing. And we like ran into this computer system at the opera, the downtown, the music hall. I forget what it's called.
In Dayton there is a music hall called the Schuster Center. It's very very huge.
And there was this whole mission where you had to go in because like every night they were having like a show happen, and people were like, oh, it's haunted, so like we're gonna go check it out. Apparently, CJ had originally planned that it was going to be more of like a Wizard of Oz type thing, where there's like some dumbasses behind a thing controlling the robots. But I decided to mention AI because there are a lot of AI in the Fallout universe, and that's like a thing that we hadn't really thought about at all, and it just kind of evolved naturally because the best part of like D&D and these kind of games is like we're all storytelling together, and it's
Look what my
great.
wife got me.
I was gonna say you look so
Got it on
comfy.
clearance from Target. Yes.
Nice.
What's going on, buddy? Shut the
It's a
door.
living blanket.
What, buddy?
It will consume you.
I need your phone too.
You do not need. Oh my god, buddy! You don't need my phone. You need to find your remote. Okay. If not, you'll have to wait a couple seconds because I will come down in a second, but I can't do it right now. Okay. Can you go back down? Thank you. I will.
I'm gonna hit the head real quick.
I just looked in my bed where it was a second ago.
Okay. Is your light on?
Let me get out of here. My son has ADHD, and I know this because I have ADHD, and he does everything that I do, but in a more like unrefined, savage sort of way.
Childlike way.
A childlike.
Just like no coping mechanisms. I have searched everywhere for this thing. Really? Show me where you searched. And he points to the one place he looked and he said, "It's not there, so it's not anywhere. It's gone." So I just did that with his remote. He was asking me to use my phone because I got the Roku remote on my phone.
He is the raw iron ingot that will be hammered into adult ADHD that you have.
So warm.
That is a sword.
Okay, so
Yeah. So okay. Guy falls down, dies because
guy falls down, dies.
Yeah. And you said the guy's like backing away. He's panicked.
Yeah, he's panicked because you just exploded at him.
So like, can Ingrid just roll to like just basically like she doesn't want to kill him. Like she doesn't want to kill if she doesn't have to. So basically, can she roll to like tell him like just stop running?
I will say, as a reaction thing to everything that's going on, and the fact that combat is kind of sputtered at this point because he's the only combatant.
Yeah.
I will allow you to attempt a non-combat end to the combat session. What are you trying to accomplish here with Ingrid?
I'm just telling this man that like she's going to. I'll say what I'll say, before I roll. But basically,
Yeah.
she's like, my friends are here. This is turns around. Just run away.
Okay.
I don't think that's killing, but just I will do it if you do not turn your back and run.
Okay. As per the roll, it is a 1 difficulty.
Okie dokie. 2 crits.
Fuck yeah!
So let's put your AP back at... I think your AP was already back at max. Alright, well, whatever. Your AP's back at max. Dude just books it. It's one of those, like... He backed up, he heard you talking, just, like, immediately spun and just gone. So full-fledged down the ramp. You can hear him hooting and hollering, though. Like, as he's going downwards into the camp. This is when you get... for the first time, a real good look at the ramp.
Okay, yeah.
What you see is down the exit ramp, there is another like smaller barricade, and there are people beyond it. You can see it because it's daytime. So you can see kind of people milling about. It seems to be like a small encampment, but it from what you see, it's like they built a city under the highway and next to the highway off the ramps. And the settlement just goes down the highway. It's not very, like, it doesn't expand too far from the highway, but these people are building a settlement centered on the highway. And so you see this guy just taking off, hooting and hollering down towards the main encampment. And so that ends the combat session because the other guy is really injured and would not continue in any sense.
Can I finish him?
Would you like to? Raider number 2 lies prone, broken and crying in front of Manfred, Mason, and Eugene. And then Manfred would like to do what specifically?
I pull out my sword.
Okay.
And I look down at him, and I kind of give him a sec to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, is there any...
I'm smart Manfred right now. I'm smart. Remember.
Yeah, right. So Ingrid was going to ask this man, like, lying, like, back almost broken, ready to damage, like, I kind of lean down and go, My friend's going to give you a quick end here, but what can you tell me about Yoldito? Anything?
Just that he's some spoiled brat, but he turned himself around. We were keeping around for kicks. It was kind of funny. And then out of nowhere, he's just this hard ass, and he is gonna lead hell to greatness. You can't stop him. And at that point, because he rolled so well on his check, he spits blood directly at Ingrid.
Ooh.
And it does hit you. So
Ingrid just sighs and we will stop him and just.
Okay. And is that the point where Manfred does his Manfred thing?
I would also like to just make a passing comment of like,
by all means,
man, impolite right to the end. I'm sorry, sir. You're a real piece of work.
Consistency is important in this world.
Sure.
He took the words right out of my mouth. So on that, I was like, "You should have been polite," and then just kind of slowly push the sword into like the neck area.
It's dark. I like it.
Manfred's brutal. He does not give a fuck.
So there, after the there's a gurgling sound, and then he dies. And now you guys are outside.
Can I add one thing for flavor?
Yeah.
I want to fully decapitate him and then throw his head over the fence.
Okay. And it's over that barricade, over that fence, that you hear the sound of a commotion approaching. The other fella, very obviously,
let us go,
reached the main encampment, and there is the sound of a scuffling coming up, and you can hear the sound of raider voices, and they're angry.
Ingrid could see that, like she saw him like going down. So coming up, like she's like, let's get on the bike. Let's get on the bike.
Hey, just a quick one, Manfred. You reckon you could carry that machine gun, or is that
it's up top of the barricade? You would have to go on the other side of the barricade or jump up to the top of the barricade to get it.
Does anyone have any explosives?
Sorry,
let me check. Where's my character sheet?
I can hear the sound of Owen throwing a fit downstairs because he still won't find his remote.
Oh, I don't. I'm sorry.
Can I take a whack at the weaker part of the barricade with my spiked baseball bat?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's gonna be a.
It has.
By the way, it wouldn't matter too much. It's a big wooden barricade. You're just gonna stick in the wood. But as per my roll, which I've started doing this thing side to side, where I've got like two ideas of a difficulty in my head, and I roll my dice, and if it's even or odd, I choose whichever one. So you got 2 difficulty on that one. So you've got a 2 difficulty to knock down this barricade.
Would it be strength and athletics, or would it be a strength attack?
You are making an unarmed strike, or not an
unarmed
using
strike.
So you're using a melee weapon. So you're using a melee weapon attack.
Okay. Easy. Okay. 2 success. I'm going to use 1 AP.
Gotcha. You have to declare AP before.
Oh. Well, either way...
2 successes.
Either way, I got a success and a crit.
Okay.
So I'm rolling 6s like crazy, right. Dude.
Okay, so you strike this thing, and you start to hear a little wobble in it, and the wall gives way, and the whole barricade slams onto its side. It does. Hold on. You know what? Actually, because you're the one who did the smacking. Give me a luck roll.
Oh, absolutely! I'll give you a luck roll. Oh, come on, lucky boy. He's a lucky green man. I got it!
The machine gun that was on top of the tower as it's collapsing falls right at your feet.
Absolutely pick it up.
All right, so Manfred has now picked up the machine gun. You've blocked off the barricade, so the raiders are trapped on the other side. And yeah.
I don't
And-
even know if you can use it.
I have big guns, so I can use it.
Oh, fuck yeah,
It's
man.
a tag skill, dude. It's the only guns I'm good with at all.
And this is the
Big
point,
ones.
because remember, I had said that the barricades were set up on both sides.
Mhm.
This is the point where you see the exit a little bit down the way on the opposite side. You can see raiders running towards you from there.
The bike.
Alright, we should leave.
The bike.
Yeah.
Let's get on the bike, and can we cut through the wilderness since Kevin is a wilderness survival expert?
We could pathfind.
Because getting off the
No, it's
highway
something.
seems like a good thing now, having to avoid more
That's true.
exits.
Yeah, like just even if
Yeah.
like it takes like adds a day onto the trip or whatever, yeah, it's a good idea.
Not having to deal with like more traps and like fighting is probably the move. Even though we did fine,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, yeah. We did okay, yeah.
Sorry, we were. He needed. I just gave him my phone.
You're
What
good.
were you saying you were doing? Dropping.
What I was
46%
suggesting-
of frames. What the fuck?
Oh dang! What I was suggesting is that A, we get to the bike, and B, if we use his pathfinding ability to go off road and go the extra way, because it'll take more time, but getting off the highway is the way bigger priority right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could find a
Very
path that leads off, because like I said, the settlement that you're by takes up both sides of the highway and is just going down. So on a good pathfinding thing, you could find a way over where maybe they've got a settlement set up under, but you could like get over top of. But I'm gonna say that that's probably gonna be a because you're not at the last exit yet, and both sides are controlled by hell. That's probably gonna be like a 3 difficulty pathfinding to get off the highway.
Okay.
I say use as much AP as you
Do you
need.
reckon we should... How much... are we at full?
We are full 7.
Yeah,
All
use
right.
as much as you want, homie.
Do you reckon like 2, maybe even 3?
Three.
Get us out of here?
3. Take 3.
Okay, so that would be what?
Six.
5?
So yeah, roll your 5
5
dice.
5. Okay.
Wait, no, it adds, doesn't it? When you
It's
buy it.
5 cost, but it would be 6
Oh yeah,
dice.
no, you're right.
Or
It is
5 dice.
Yeah, it is. So you're at 2 AP because it goes up
Yeah.
in price.
Okay. I think I
5
got
dice.
a shitload of success there, but I will just double check because you said it's a perception survival check.
Yeah.
And
This thing
survival.
might be too warm to be in right now. I'm sweating a little bit.
Let's see. Survival's attack skill. Perfect. Okay, so
Nice.
I've got to do. I've got to get a 12, and I got the highest I got was a 10. So I critted once, but then the rest were just successes.
Which would
So,
add, you
yeah.
needed 2 of those, so that adds 4. So you're back up at 6 AP.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
So you guys all hop on. Manfred, luckily, your concerns earlier were unfounded. The trailers can actually hold you. So you hop on. Eugene and Mason hop on. Ingrid boots up the kicks it back on, and you guys take off down the way, and that's you pass the raiders. I'm gonna go
Get
ahead
out
and-
of hell.
You get your you got one exit left. As you're approaching the other exit, instead of making your roll through the last exit, Mason, you point off to the side and see a point where their barricade doesn't extend over. It looks like maybe it dips under for a second and comes back out, but you think that you can get over their settlement in the thing. So what you do is you point, and Ingrid is going to have to make a 2 difficulty piloting check, but Mason
Yeah.
Mason points out a path and yells something about you going there. What would that sound like, Mason?
I reckon we can cut out a lot of this mess. Head straight through there. Get on past their barricade. And, I assume you're only hearing like every third word or something.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm sort of communicating the
Manfred could yell
direction.
I'm gonna use 3 AP to roll 4 d20s.
So you're down to
Yes.
1 AP. So you're using how much AP?
3 to get 2
Okay,
parties.
okay. So you're at 3. I can't. What's the number 3 look like? That's just think.
2 success.
2 successes.
Oh,
Just enough.
Yeah.
All right, so you take this bike and its trailers off this little path. There's a small drop, and then you're in this little clearing on the other side of their settlement. You are now off the highway, going through these mostly empty fields that you assume used to be farmland or something. And yeah, you scamper off into the distance. Mason, your pathfinding prowess has found you a way to circumvent most of the highway, and you guys end up back. You skip that whole exit to hell. You skip past those. Actually, that's an important question. Are you guys skipping the Beatrice Farms for now? Because
For
you
now.
got cargo. Okay, so you
Okay,
skip past
yeah.
by the thing. You hear some barking as you pass by, but yeah, you find yourselves very quickly getting back onto the highway towards the tail end of it, and yeah, you take your little path back, and you are rolling in front of Boonshaft. So, out in front to meet you is Albert, the leader of the Boonshaft.
He is good man.
He is good man. And he waves you guys down, and a couple other super mutants come out and start helping unpack everything that was in the boxes. Yeah, so Albert greets you. He goes, "Thank you for bringing this. I hope that the travel was not too precarious."
Actually,
we have some troubling news.
What could be more troubling than the super mutant horde and the Gem City Tyrant?
hell.
I am not familiar with this concept.
You know of the good book, right? Not science.
If it's not science, then no, I am not aware of a good book.
So,
we have an organized
really bad people.
Okay, so
and she was like the son of a leader in the Rhine Republic where I'm from. I know of his father. I didn't know of his son much. I met him maybe once or twice. Is somehow pushing out a organized raider group known as Hell, which is just,
that is troubling.
Yeah,
That is troubling. Well,
Imagine everyone being tortured and on fire,
that
except them doing it.
Yeah, and they're taking up a lot of that highway that you're looking to use to connect to Cincinnati.
Oh, well, maybe what you brought us can help us on our way. Did they show you the manifest and what you brought us?
Yes. Who has it?
I do.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure.
So he looks at all the like normalish like ammo, rations, shit like that, and then he's like, "Ah, yes, the engine." And he goes over to the last crate to be unloaded and pops the lid off, and it's the engine. It's the much larger engine. He says, "This right here. If we can produce more of these, we can build buses again." And I was talking to that paladin, Ehrlich from the Brotherhood, and he said that they could help outfit these buses for safer travel. So I think that's what I'm gonna ask you to help us with next.
I
is-
immediately pulled that machine gun that I had and just handed to him. Get you started.
Would you like me to come with? You haven't even heard what I need.
No, you put it on the bus.
Put it on the.
I'm sure armor and all that, but
You know what?
you will need to shoot people.
I'm gonna put this here, and he takes out what appears to be a Sharpie, pops the thing off, and writes Manfred's Lucky Machine Gun on the side, and hands it to another super mutant to take inside. He says, "Okay, But
That's officially a legendary weapon.
You've created a legendary weapon.
Yes.
So now he looks at you and says, "There is one thing that I will need to help the production, and it's kind of a big ask, and I need you to know that you would not be going alone here. We would enlist some help for you. But there is a factory in a suburb of this town, and it used to produce cars. We need to get in, throw out its current inhabitants, and repurpose its production line to produce more of these bikes and more of these buses, because we can't keep up with production." Yes, Manfred, with the hand in the back.
Do they raise dogs?
Do they raise dogs? The car factory?
Where is this factory?
It's in town.
Oh, never mind.
It is in out of context. This spot would be located currently it is a glass factory, but it used to be a General Motors factory. And yeah, it's in what would be, I think that's technically Moraine. Yeah.
I thought it was going to be Beatrice's place.
Why would you make buses at a dog fighting?
I'm assuming she co-opted an old building and retrofitted it for her own purposes.
You think
much
she
like
took
the Wasteland.
a car factory?
I don't know, man.
You know what? You don't know.
I don't know how to raise fighting dogs. So
I'm proud of you.
I don't know.
That. It's I'm proud of you. I think all of us have some sort of clue with Pokemon. You have to use friendship.
Okay.
First,
yeah.
I
don't know.
First part of the recipe is friendship, and then the rest is crime, terrible crime.
Yeah.
So,
so do you think we should? She kind of looks off for a second, and and just asks Albert if do you think you have a messenger we can send to the tyrant?
The tyrant Mayor Scott. Yes. 1 second. He puts his fingers together and whistles, and you hear the hum of an iBot come out of the museum behind him. He says, "Okay, he'll take your message."
Okay. So Ingrid just goes up to the iBot and just two mascots. We haven't met, but we have been fighting for months now. But I think there's a situation that calls for a ceasefire because Ken is coming, and I don't think you, Kilgore, Queen Victoria, or us want to be taken out by some upstart raiders who got lucky with one leader. I don't think any of us want that to happen. So we can talk.
The iBot chirps in some sort of affirmative way, like an R2-D2 beep, and saunters off, humming its way, starts playing some tunes about spurs that are jingling and jangling also.
Mason would like to just step slightly aside to Ingrid after she's done that and say, "Now this factory thing, I get that we got to do it to get the buses, but how does that factor in with your stuff down in the Rhine? We already said we'd go help out there."
Yes, but she looks down, she can tell she's searching, because that is a pressing matter that she's aware of. But she just goes she searches into her satchel and thumbs through some books and pulls out what you can read as it just says The Art of War. And it says, and she looks at you and she goes, "Divide and conquer. We need to take care of a bigger problem first."
Also, not to be eavesdropping, but it would be easier for you to make it through hell and back to the Rhine Republic if we build this bus for you.
I get you. I just didn't want to. I know we made that commitment, so I didn't want to.
Okay. I appreciate it. Yes, we will get there, but they will have to hold us for a little bit longer.
So, for the
direction is the most important tactic.
He drank sludge, didn't he?
Yes, sir.
I've also read The Art of War. Thank you, Albert.
Okay. Very proud of you.
He spent over 100 years just reading
You know
the
what?
same
That's
books
fair.
over and
Right,
over.
but
Like,
half of it could have been Dr. Seuss.
we know. Okay, we know
We know.
who was down in that bunker.
We know. We know.
Most of it wasn't Dr. Seuss. I'm
Most
sure
of it
there's
was
a
not
few.
done. Okay, so
Sure, there's a couple.
Albert goes over a couple of the finer details, but he sets forth this plan, and this is going to be the last thing that we do. As he sets forth this plan, and he gives you a couple choices in how to go about it. He says that he has been in contact with the Brotherhood, and they also are interested in clearing the factory. He is asking for you to put together a plan of attack to basically clear out this place. This factory is, as far as they don't know the exact details, but it is inhabited by some sort of wildlife. So there needs to be a concerted effort to drive the wildlife out of the factory. But if you guys can manage that, they should be able to find enough working automated parts and plug in a bunch of their smaller motors to get the factory up and running to produce a bus.
Retrofit.
So,
Okay.
yeah, so for next time, he lets you guys take your rest. For next time, you guys will have to think how you want to approach this factory, who you want to enlist the help of. You only have enough time to talk to, realistically, just a handful of people.
Sure.
But yeah, you can either go.
I want my good boy Chunk.
Yeah, you can either take the super mutants from the Boonshaft. They're hardy, but they're less tactically inclined. But they are, they might be able to help out with any sort of robot-y, like automated sort of stuff. You've got the Brotherhood that you could go talk to. They would be able to help with like a heavy firepower sort of situation. Or you can go talk to the Kingdom, who has the most direct access to the sewer systems, and see if you can do a subterfuge kind of stealthier approach. So we're not going to make that decision now. But for next session,
Nice.
you guys are going to start in the cafeteria with Albert discussing how you want to go forward. But yeah, that's going to be it for the session today. It ran a little bit longer, but combat was nuts. That was crazy.
Did not go the way I expected at all.
No, the Raider 2 is a dick. Was a dick.
Yeah, he was. And I shattered him.
Shattered him. You do that a lot to people.
You should have been polite.
So, yeah, this was fun. It was great. I can't wait to come back next week. And
can I give a quick shout out to you, like to Bruce and Ingrid for like making this man question his confidence and like PR of hell. Like,
Thank you.
that
I did like that.
The fact that he was like, "You don't know about us," that killed.
You don't
me.
know about
Oh my!
hell.
You don't know about hell.
All right.
You ruined his confidence, and then I shattered his spine, and that's all I want in this game.
Good 1-2 punch.
1-2. All right. Well, that was fun. Thanks for tuning in, either on Twitch or YouTube, whichever one you found us on. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Your YouTube watcher, thank you.
Yeah. So, yeah, thanks. This has been 220's Tabletop Production, and we will see you around. Thank you.